What's up, everybody? Back with more content for you. We got, shout out to Beast Mode. That's the channel who uploaded this clip, but it's from CNN, titled Brit Smacks Down Don Lemon on Reparations. And this woman's name is actually, what is her name? What is her actual name? Hilary Fordwich. So that's her real name. But yeah, they having a discussion about reparations, so we're gonna get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while you're watching the video with me. Now let's get into this.
And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, you know, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are, you know, you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
You see, me personally, I don't even think Don Lemon believes this. Doesn't he have a white husband? Like, I don't think Don Lemon actually believes this. But notice he keeps on saying the public, members of the public. This is how you know he doesn't speak for himself. You know, he might have opinions that are contrary to this, but he would never show them or say them. He's speaking the liberal media talking point about reparations. That's what he's talking about. He doesn't want to inject his own opinion into this. But I don't think he's really for reparations. If you asked him privately, is he for reparations, he'd probably say something like, no, that's stupid.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when the slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2000.
And sorry to cut her off, but I noticed that, like, black people specifically, because that's usually who I'm talking to when I talk about slavery, they get mad when you say stuff like, when she brings up points like that, like who abolished slavery first? Was the English, then it was America. They get mad at that. It's like, oh, well, don't try to make it sound good just because they, you know, it's like, no, it's not about making it sound good. But slavery actually happened. It was, you know, it's still happening today, like I say all the time. But slavery in America and in England happened. We know that. Just bringing up the facts that it stopped there first and it continued around the world and it's still happening around the world today. So if you got such a big problem with slavery and you want reparations and all this, all she said was follow it back to the source. And the source is Africa.
Naval men died on the high seas, 1,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages.
Now that's the same thing. Sorry for that random. I don't know what that's about. That's the Beast Mode channel. Shout out to Beast Mode. But I make the same point in all my videos that I make when it's ever regarding slavery. It's the same thing. Go back to the source. If it wasn't for our own people giving us away, then we would have just been there this whole time. But we had to be purchased, and since we were purchased, not taken, you got to be put on sale to be purchased. So a person that share my same skin tone looked at me like property and said, all right, well, we'll sell them. How much you want for this one? They come and ask him how much you want for this one. He'll tell you how much you want. That's where it started. But this clip right here is from Newsmax. I don't know who this this journalist is, this host right here, but he got Hilary Fordwich on, and she's talking about her interaction with Don Lemon. So let's get into that.
I would like everyone to look up Rasheed Walters. He is a fine young man. He is a historian. And one of the many books he recommended for me to read, because he said he was so glad someone had given a voice to this, is about the richest man of all of history. Do you know who he is, Rob? I bet our audience doesn't know.
Do you know who it is? Put it in the comments below. Type it in the comments right now before you get the answer. I'm gonna wait like 5 seconds if you know. All right, let's go.
He makes Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos pale due to his wealth. I bet you haven't heard of him, as you say. Most people have never heard of him. Do you know, I had never heard of him. Manu Musa. Do you know who he is? He is an African who sold gold, ivory, salt, and was so involved in the slave trade.
Yeah.
And it almost makes me cry to say this. He took over 12,000 slaves of his own to the colonies. And what he did, and what he did with gold. I haven't read it yet, but I recommend to all of your readers, all of your watchers, we start reading and we start learning. I am just interested, and I've always been interested, in the whole truth. It's a very complex and a very sensitive issue.
Man, she couldn't have worded that any better herself. This does continue to go on, but I'm not going to watch it right here. I'm not going to react to the rest of this. I'll leave it all in the comments below for you to react to, for you to listen to, for you to check out. But she's spot on, man. People need to start reading and start learning. The amount of people that really think, and I mean genuinely burning fire in their body, think that white people are bad and white people started everything. White people are the reason for this. They don't know the accurate history. Like she said, we just searching, just looking for answers. It's not about not making black people look bad, or it's not about making white people look good. It's not about nothing. It's not about nothing like that. People like me, you and Hilary Fordwich, and probably this guy right here just want to know the truth and the whole truth. And we're not going to omit stuff or leave stuff out because it make us uncomfortable or it proves us wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I've done research and I've done some digging, and I find myself agreeing with what she says. And this is a white woman, an English white woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about color, man. Y'all got to stop. A lot of people got to stop making that so important, color and race. And just like I said, just get to the truth. The truth is what really matters, and the truth is what's really important. But that's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for rocking with me. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.